Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 30 of Fear's Right, Instantory Justice for All. Last time, we did some more investigating, we broke some psych locks, bag and Lotus to be specific, and we discovered that Edgeworth was not dead. Though, frankly, literally Edgeworth cannot die. This series could never kill off Edgeworth. Edgeworth will live forever. So now, let us get going. With Edgeworth's smug face just greeting us, we'll go over to the hotel lobby. Because we can now break open Adrian's psych locks. Because we now have Celeste's information. Out of curiosity, I've never asked Will Powers about what his thoughts on Celeste were. You have no idea who Celeste is. Poor Celeste. You have no idea who this person is. He's the guy who tried to prosecute your ass in court last year, Powers. This on Edgeworth. I never would have thought I'd see her here of all places. The last time we saw each other during that bad incident, you know? I mean, when I look back now, I think of the good things, so it's not so bad, I guess. Yeah, I would love to go back in time and relive a few of those good things. That's not funny! Yeah, I guess it not. Okay, hallway. And now, let's go to Unguard's room. Looks like Miss Andrews isn't here. That's not good. I still have a few questions I need to ask her. And she has that psych lock on her heart, right? Well, we don't have much of a choice. I guess we'll have to come back later. Okay. Wait, is that a Roomba over there? Oh, I thought that was a Roomba. I thought I could make a joke. Thought I could make a Roomba joke. Kibo strikes me down with Mother Cloud. That is what you get, CzarThwomp, for trying to bring the Roomba into this discussion. Oh, moving around is just so weird in this case. Okay. The music cannot handle Edgeworth's power! Yeah, for a guy who's so willing to assist, he's like, oh, I'm not going to tell you anything right. This woman is another key to this case. Do you really think so? She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago. But suddenly she was called away by a production and became Juan Corda's manager. And then a few months later, Celeste Impasse died. But her death was suicide, right? Yes. But there is still one riddle left unsolved. A riddle? Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it. A suicide note that just vanished, huh? Miss Impasse's death was definitely a suicide. Of that, there's no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. And that's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it. The suicide note. But how do you know Miss Impasse's even written a note? There was no solid evidence, however. We did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high. But who would have hid such a thing? The police thinks it was Mr. Juan Corda himself. The victim? He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note. Mr. Corda hid his own manager's suicide note, but why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look at this over. This is the suicide report. Part 1, anyways. Part 1? tell you about my sister. My sister's nothing to me. Adrian Andrews. She holds a large secret within herself. A secret you can't help but feel that this whole case revolves around her. Okay. I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all are the reports that have multiple parts like this one. That has two. 2 parts? What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here is the second part. The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. Why couldn't you have given us both parts at once, Edgeworth? Why did I have to show you this part and then that one? The attempter's name? It's Adrian Andrews. Miss Andrews, what'd she do? She tried to kill herself. She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try and kill herself. You think she's a strong career woman? That's just her image. Adrian Andrews, she has a certain secret she's always trying to hide. A secret? Her codependency. That's the key word. Codependency. This word is most unsuited to describing that woman. Codependency. So, how are Adrian Andrews and codependency related? Adrian Andrews attempted at suicide. Was a few days after the death of Celeste Impasse. And why did Adrian Andrews think of committing suicide? Quite possibly because she had lost her will to live. Lost her will? But why would she? Her pillar of strength, her mentor Celeste Impasse, was gone forever. That's why. Why would that? Is this what they call following someone to the grave? After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She's a person who looks for someone she can trust unconditionally. And once she finds that someone, she blindly follows them. Without someone to guide her, she feels uneasy and can't carry herself through life. And that's her codependency. When Celeste Impasse suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself. Then, that means her super confident attitude is all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible. Appearances can be deceiving. It's such a cliche saying, but it's a cliche because it's true. Miss Andrews, to think that behind that unwavering brave front, she's been hiding this weakness and fear. Okay, hotel lobby. Okay. I think now we can go see Adrian because... Okay. Let's go. Yep. Here we go. Oh, Miss Andrews is here. It looks like she's talking with someone. That's Franziska von Karma. Miss von Karma, what are you doing here? Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so... You've got some nerve following me around. Following you? That's you, Miss von Karma. You're the one doing the following. I'm gonna kick your ass. Pearl's gonna throw Franziska through that window. Pearls. You're always following after that Mr. Scruffy detective with the little beard. Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. I'll show you something interesting, little girl. What is that? An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move. That noise you heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews? Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. What were those two talking about? Miss Andrews, she's in a little daze, doesn't she? Yeah, as you can see, Adrian is essentially forming codependency with Franziska, which is why in my headcanon, after this case, basically, well, essentially, at this point, Adrian essentially saw Franziska as her bestie, and essentially became obsessed with Franziska. Anyways, take that, yes. Okay, 4 psycho locks. Motive for murder. Why was Juan Corda murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Ungar's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answer? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Corda. You were not that close. That's right, I've never been good at being intimate with another person. You are not good at being intimate with another person. Somehow, I highly doubt that. Yes, attempted suicide or horse. You and Mr. Corda had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such. Oh my gosh! Yeah. When she's like, I don't get close to people. Yes, you do. Here's your codependency history. Have fun explaining yourself out of that one. Well, it seems quite a few people bought into the story. As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on her good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see, however, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Corda, as if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to Miss Corda for this person's sake? Celeste Impost, your mentor. Why do you know about Celeste? Miss Impact, she has committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Corda's manager. So I believe you got close to Mr. Corda so you could find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid. No, we are not at that point in the series where you can just start throwing putrid around. Miss Andrews. There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved. Get a hold of yourself. Huh? If you want advice on doing yourself in, I suggest you ask like... Oh my gosh! That's sick! Go take a long walk over short here. Damn, that is dark considering Hadrian's history. Okay! I was on the right track of logic where Adrian was hung up over her death. This impact suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Corda, Juan, and Miss Andrews. I believe you thought the same thing. That's why you became intimate with Mr. Corda. I sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor, however, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I am a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give, however. I don't think that's who you really are. What? I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste Impact was someone very special to you. Miss Andrews, you went through it too, didn't you? Went through what? A suicide. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help and you live by yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that is all a lie, a facade. You've always searched out people who you can depend on. You were dependent on Miss Impost, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. Stop. Well, when Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Corda of hiding Miss Impact's note. You heard about it, and thought to recover it from him by getting close. Am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? It was, why was the victim killed? Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the most likely to want Mr. Corda dead. Me. Miss Impost was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder. Murder. It's true. I'm a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small, and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I've never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews! This one thing, it's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret, mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews. All I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note, and that someone was Juan Corda. Celeste, without her, I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Corda to recover her suicide note, correct? Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like I say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposely add fuel to that fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so. I understand. Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide, I'd like you to keep it a secret. Miss Andrews! If people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. Alright, I understand! We'll keep it a secret! Miss Andrews, I guess she's always thinking type. She never says anything carelessly, it seems. I thank you very much. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it? Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back. That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? This. I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. What is it? It looks like a seashell. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. Her not remembering something clearly. It sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. Ungar in your capable hands. Okay, I think this will conclude the first day of investigations. Well, I think we've gathered about all we can. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Oh, Pearls, she looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all, and has been walking all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired. Oh no, I'm okay, really. I'm fine, really, I am. You don't look fine to me. Rhinco Law Offices! Yay! March 21st, Rhinco Law Offices. So, what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean Miss Imha's suicide note? That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Ah, Mr. Nick, the transceiver! Hello, this is the office of Rhinco. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Maya! Where's Maya? As I promised, I have not come within a few feet of her this whole time. And trust me, that is for the better. She keeps on yelling stuff about burgers. I keep telling her I brought her a garden salad last night, but she will not eat it. And I will not back down. It is principle. If a person offers you food, you eat it. Otherwise, it is rude. And she keeps demanding for a television to watch this show called The Nickel Samurai. I don't even know what that is. What is a Nickel Samurai, Mr. Wright? We are watching the Discovery Channel because that is what civilized people do. Phew. Which is why I suppose she's absolutely famished. What? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost, won't you agree? Wait, Maya! Let me hear her! Very well. Ask Maya, is that you?
Sis! That's my sis! Ask her for burgers! Ask her if they have burgers in the afterlife, Nick!
Maya! Damn it! He cut me off! I think Maya said ask my sis, didn't she? Sis? What does she mean by that? Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. I'm sorry. Ack! Oh, sorry. Didn't realize that was Mia. Mia!
I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want about her.
How's Maya?
She's safe for now. The kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems.
I'm glad to hear she's safe. But Mia, how'd you know?
As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could.
I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like this. Very smart of her. The kidnapper! What's he like?
I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there.
And?
She didn't see the face of her attacker.
She saw the face! She saw his zipper! Ugh!
Maya's locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her.
When you were with her?
I'm starving! I could really go with some apple pie! I want burger!
Maya's trying to slam in the door.
Burger! Burger! Burger!
Stop demanding for a burger, Miss Faye. You aren't getting one. You can have that garden salad that I brought home I had personally for you, and you can eat, and you can be good. I don't want vegetables. Then you die, Miss Faye. Have a good evening. I mean,
at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. If obviously wasn't gonna kill me, I'm not gonna die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now.
Yes, and Shelly just has his theme playing in the background. He's like, oh, by the way, Miss Faye, if it's any consolation, I'll leave my theme playing for you, so that way you can feel soothed.
What's this? It feels like there's a lot of glass bottles here, and these, they feel like barrels. I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry. I'm not really thirsty. Huh? Someone drives a card here. That looks like a business card, but there's no name on it.
The show card.
It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. There's all sorts of things bothered up here, but it's too dark to see. It's locked! But the door lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or stiff piece of cardboard. Good thing I always steal Nick's credit card! Then click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. Ah, that's it! It's your card!
It would have been better if Maya just pulled out Phoenix's credit card.
If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius! Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it! Okay, I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting or worried.
To be continued. Okay, first day of court. March 22nd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Adrian did it? That's what it looks like. Dude, no way! That woman couldn't do anything like that! In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there's someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer, dude! Like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. I understand. Well, it's almost time.
It's almost time.
Sorry, Mia. Mia!
We must get a complete acquittal today.
I know. I can't focus on my situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day.
Indeed, well, let's get going.
It's him! This is Wright. Good morning. This is Mr. Attorney. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial. Maya, she's unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. Grr! For myself, you must win today's trial, which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Present? What in the world would you want to give me? You'll figure it out once the trial opens, even if you don't like my gift. I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please. Wait! The kidnapper sent me a present? Mr. Lawyer, dude, who was that? No one. It has nothing to do with you, so forget you ever heard anything. Oh, you sure about that, Mr. Attorney? Dude, did your nose get a little bit longer? March 22nd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 3. And Francie is gone! Edgeworth struck her down! Mr. Edgeworth has struck again! Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Mallingar. On the prosecution defense ready? The defense is ready, Your Honor. I said, Mr. Wright, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Karma? Mr. Edgeworth heard about the sin she has committed against me, his most loyal followers, and he has struck her down with lightning and holy fire. I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? Your Honor, please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it? Prosecutor Von Karma! This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman! This is what happens when Gumshoe fire Gumshoe. Gumshoe, he just confronts Francisca outside the courtroom. Scruffy, what are you doing here? You were fired, remember? Don't be a fool and just leave peacefully. Oh, I know, Miss Von Karma, and I brought a gift for you. A gift for me? Why on earth would you foolishly give me a present? I fired you, remember? Oh, it's not that kind of gift. Then what is it? Just Scruffy! Francisca goes down. That's what you get for firing me, pal! And then he just runs off. What? Shot!
Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about.
His present?
Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she disappeared, this would be to your advantage.
This is totally insane! Miss Von Karma, is she alright? I don't have that answer. She's alive and in stable condition. That's good. You're... I thought he'd show up. Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Francisca Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. The prosecution is ready, naturally. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I have looked this case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt Ungard. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to the end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. You know Gumshoe was just fired. The address can pull those types of strings. Witness your name and occupation. My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now, after this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective Gumshoe. The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes, sir! Praise, Mr. Edgeworth! I will die for you, sir! Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we will start with that.
Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight.
Yeah, it would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. Bare facts of the case. This murder happened after the hero of Heroes Award ceremony, sir. The victim, Warren Corder, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room. Yes, sir! Both the victim and the defendant were alone in the room site. I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Bare facts of the case, which we will do next time. Anyways, I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. And with that, I'll see you later. Bye.